On the 21st of February 2020, the Clone Wars will return. Honestly, one of my favourite pieces of Star Wars media. Since the revival was announced in July 19th, 2018, I've pretty much been counting down the days until it returns. We're now less than 2 weeks away. In fact, we're pretty much nearly 1 week away. So I thought now would be a good time to do a full trailer breakdown. So sit back, relax, and have some pancakes. Welcome to Star Wars Timelines.
Soon, the galaxy will be remade.
So the opening shot shows Darth Maul saying, "Soon the galaxy will be remade," with a shot of what looks like to be a Jedi cruiser flying over Mandalore, sort of similar to that of the opening of Return of the Jedi. Now going back to Darth Maul's line, I believe this was a reference to Order 66. Darth Maul knew about the Clone Wars. This was proven when he was back on Dathomir. When his brother references that there's an ongoing conflict called the Clone Wars, Maul said that had begun without him. So he knew about the clones, so chances are he knew about Order 66. So this could be referencing that he knows Order 66 is about to commence. Our next shot shows Bo-Katan looking over Mandalore, tarnished by battle. We see what looks like a crashed fighter in the middle of a destroyed part of the city. Not too much to say about this shot, apart from that it proves that there will be conflict on Mandalore. Although we pretty much did already know this, so it just shows us what Mandalore's gonna kind of look like-ish. Or at least one section of Mandalore. It shows Bo-Katan looking over Mandalore. Yeah, I think that pretty much just about covers it.
The Jedi and the Republic will die.
The next shot on our list shows Mace Windu, Obi-Wan with their new models, and the remnants of the 187th and 212th Legion, surrounded by the battle droid army. We see the battle droids begin to get electrocuted. Now this shot is actually from one of the unfinished episodes, Unfinished Business. This is the finale of the Bad Batch arc. This arc was actually released in 2015 as part of the Clone Wars Legacy, where unfinished story episodes were released. These were the Crystal Crisis on Utapau and the Bad Batch story arcs. The voice lines were done, however the animation was still in the late blocking stage and had not yet been rendered with very minimal visual effects. While these include the reason for why the battle droids are shutting down, I won't give the reason here just in case you haven't seen those episodes yet, just so you can avoid spoilers. But they're very good episodes. The next shot shows the clones on an axis. We see Captain Rex followed by what I assume is ARC Trooper Jesse or Kix heading towards Task Force 99 shuttle, which we can see landing. This is followed by a shot of Darth Maul, which he then says the lines, "The Jedi and Republic will die." Again, I believe this is all in reference to Order 66. It looks like Darth Maul is in some kind of ray or laser shield, given by what's the background. One way or another, he looks like he's surrounded by lasers. Maybe in some kind of trap that has been set for him or prison. I believe this shot takes place just as Order 66 begins. That he has sensed the clones turning on the Jedi and he knows the Republic is about to become the Empire. So he's taunting Ahsoka or Captain Rex or whoever he's talking to. Again, I fully believe Darth Maul knows about Order 66 and knows in this shot that it's all about to begin. The next shot shows a new planet and a new ship, with the ship flying towards what looks like to be some kind of palace. I reckon this is probably the ship of Ahsoka's new crew and friends, or whatever we're going to call them. We know that we'll have some kind of Ahsoka arc slightly before she gets involved with the Siege of Mandalore, so I think this shot might be part of that arc, which is the new planet and everything. And friends. She has new friends.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi.
The next shot is probably one of my favourite shots from the trailer. We've got Windu, Mundi, Commander Bakara, Aayla Secura, Commander Bly, Plo Koon with his new updated model, Yoda, Depa Billaba, and Caleb Dume, otherwise known as Kanan Jarrus. Bakara, of course, was the clone commander to lead the execution of Ki-Adi-Mundi, and Commander Bly did the same with Aayla Secura. So seeing Bakara is a very nice surprise to be sure, but a welcome one, as well as the updated model for Commander Bly. But to see Caleb Dume, Not gonna lie, he steals the scene a little bit. I'm a large fan of the Caleb Doom comic series as well as Kanan and Rebels, so it's very nice to see him in the Clone Wars. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of him in the season, but you know, otherwise this is still pretty cool just to see a nice little reference to him. In this scene, Windu also says, "I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi." This would be the same shot from Revenge of the Sith during the hologram meeting. So this does confirm that parts of Revenge of the Sith will be reanimated for this season of the Clone Wars. So get ready to see Order 66, but animated. We then get a nice cheeky shot of Obi-Wan looking concerned. Not too much to say about this shot, except, you know, it's always fun to see Obi-Wan. You can never go wrong with an Obi-Wan shot.
Great care we must take.
We then get a nice shot of Darth Maul torturing Jesse using the Force. It's hard to tell exactly where they are as I don't quite recognise the background, but he is definitely using the Force to read Jesse's mind, so we know that he is looking for information or something. Interested to know what that would be for sure. Either way, I doubt this is going to end well for Jesse, and I'm kind of worried this might be close to his final scene. Because, you know, after he finds the information, I don't think Maul is going to have much use for Jesse, and he hasn't quite been known to, you know, keep survivors. We then jump back to that Revenge of the Sith shot featuring Yoda saying, "Great care we must take." Again, not too much to say about this shot, but it takes place very, very shortly after Windu's earlier line.
Why would anyone walk away from being a Jedi? We were trained to be keepers of the peace.
We then get a shot of Ahsoka on her speeder bike heading towards the lower levels of Coruscant. I imagine a bit of time has passed now since she left the Order and is now living her own separate life. The next shot we see is her being asked why she would walk away from the Order. So we know her friends eventually find out that she used to be a Jedi. This is followed by a flashback shot of when she did walk away from the Order and Anakin. Continuing our little shots of Ahsoka, we then see her shaking her hands with Bo-Katan on what appears to be Mandalore, as well as having an ATTE in the background. This is most likely around the time that she landed on Mandalore with the clone troopers to begin the attack on Maul's forces. Just guessing this, as we also see a clone shock trooper in the background. We also hear Ahsoka saying the line, "We were trained to be keepers of the peace." This is followed by a shot of a gunship heading towards several Republic cruisers. The Republic ships are also no longer grey and red, but appear to be fully grey, much like how they were at the end of Revenge of the Sith. So this is most likely very close to the end of the Clone Wars now.
Not soldiers.
Our next one is Ahsoka finishing off her earlier line, "Not soldiers. We were trained to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers." We can also see her talking to Captain Rex on the bridge of a cruiser currently travelling through hyperspace. I'd imagine this shot is on her way to Mandalore, but could also be them returning to Coruscant after defeating Maul. I know the original story of what happened on Mandalore says Ahsoka and Rex face Order 66 on Mandalore. However, this could have been tweaked slightly for the Purge to take place while the two are on a Republic ship after the siege heading home, with Darth Maul as their prisoner. We'll soon know for sure though. Just to reiterate what I said earlier, the idea of the Jedi Purge with Ahsoka and Rex on Mandalore came from the idea that that's where it was going to take place. However, this was never actually confirmed in canon and only kind of rumoured. All we knew is that sometime after defeating Maul, Ahsoka and Rex would face Order 66. That was just presumed to be on Mandalore. However, it might actually be taking place on this Republic ship, as I said earlier.
We clones.
Our next shot takes place during the Bad Batch storyline, with Anakin taking apart Wat Tamba's weird new flying droids. Anakin also being shown with his new model and pretty fantastic hair. The next shot shows Cody, Jesse, Kix and Rex all looking very smart on an Axis. Probably just as Task Force 99 is landing. Jesse rocking his new ARC Trooper outfit, however it doesn't quite look like Kix made the ARC Trooper rank yet.
Have mixed feelings about the war.
We then get to see Bad Batch, Jesse and Rex facing off some battle droids together. Nothing more to be said than this, except it can't get more epic than that. Rex then says, "We clones have mixed feelings about the war." He is most likely talking to Ahsoka on the bridge right now, probably following the line Ahsoka says about the Jedi being peacekeepers. At this point, we can only assume that they're discussing their place in the war.
Without it, we wouldn't exist.
The next shot shows the 501st battling the droid army. One might be forgiven that this could be a battle on Mandalore. However, we know that Maul was not aligned with the Separatists, so we can count this out. It actually looks quite similar to the planet we saw that ship flying to earlier, with Ahsoka on it. However, this also could be a shot from the Bad Batch series where they're attempting to defeat the Separatists. This also shows some pretty awesome looking 501st jet troopers, and this is followed by what looks like a shot from the Bad Batch where our heroes have commandeered some flying creatures to get to their objective.
All part of the plan. The plan.
We then see Darth Maul saying all part of the plan. He looks to be in some sort of prison, but I believe this adds more evidence to my theory that Maul knew about Order 66, and that it is now about to begin and he can sense it. And he's remarking that it is all part of the plan, which here he is referring to Palpatine's plan, Palpatine's vision of visions. This is followed by Ahsoka feeling pain in the Force. I believe this is now when Order 66 has begun and she is sensing all the Jedi deaths, which adds to my theory that Order 66 will take place on this cruiser for Ahsoka and Rex, not on Mandalore.
Everything is about to change.
We then get a nice shot of Anakin with all of his hair facing off against Trench, followed by a shot of Rex and the 501st with their new Ahsoka branded helmets, followed by another shot of Kenobi from what looks like he's surrounded by smoke, probably either taking place on Mandalore or another planet. I'm not sure if Obi-Wan was there for the Siege of Mandalore, but I could be wrong, because it has been rumoured that Obi-Wan and Maul will face off one more time. Or this could be from the Bad Batch episodes where he is going for the Separatist objective. We then get another shot of Mandalorians and Republic forces battling Maul's forces in the Mandalorian city, followed by Ahsoka experiencing some speeder trouble. And then the next shot is the Bad Batch and other clone troopers being shot and, taking a little bit of fire. Now this next shot is an interesting one. It 100% takes place after Padme has told Anakin she is pregnant, because we see Anakin and Padme holding hands through a hologram feed with Padme in her Revenge of the Sith outfit. We know that the season seems to be in parallel to Revenge of the Sith, and already we've seen some scenes reanimating the Clone Wars style that takes place after the Battle of Coruscant. So this shouldn't come as a surprise that, Padme is going to be pregnant, and Anakin is going to know that in this season of Clone Wars. Because otherwise, if Anakin couldn't tell Padme was pregnant in this scene, he's pretty blind. But I'm pretty sure he knows that Padme's pregnant, because I'm pretty sure Padme's already told him.
Every choice.
This is followed by several battle shots of the Republic forces engaging the Separatists on multiple fronts, as well as a shot of Ahsoka attempting to help her new friend, who appears to be in a spot of trouble. Then a nice shot of Anakin beheading Trench droid, and then a shot of hooded Obi-Wan looking a bit somber, followed by one more shot of the Republic and Separatist fleet.
Every choice made has led to this.
We then see Ahsoka gripping Rex's hand, which I'd say definitely takes place during Order 66, and it looks like Rex has been injured and Ahsoka is attempting to help him, followed by a shot of Ahsoka facing down Maul, with a nice shot of Ray Park's motion capture Maul preparing for battle. This is then followed by a shot of the Bad Batch shuttle flying away from an exploding Admiral Trench's ship, a shot of Ahsoka and Rex on a gunship on Mandalore watching another gunship blow up, Anakin and the Bad Batch facing off against some more flying droids, another shot of Ahsoka and her friends running away from big explosions, Maul on board a Republic ship taking out some clones, probably during Order 66 as well here, since Maul probably has escaped his prison and is making a run for it. And even though Maul is not a Jedi, it would still make sense for the clones to attack him anyway. This is followed by one more shot of Ahsoka standing in her stance on top of a Republic computer, defending an injured Captain Rex. Again, I believe this shot takes place during Order 66, which means it does happen on the cruiser and again not on Mandalore itself. Now this is my full Clone Wars trailer breakdown. Again, I can't wait for the Clone Wars to return. We have less than 1 week to go now, or kind of 1 week-ish, I think 9 days. I'll be doing an episode breakdown once the episodes begin, being released on Disney+. Until then, thank you for watching and may the Force be with you.